Alright, Shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Shem Shai, by Shem Karkadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and in sincerity, and the women and the children who follow. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to call this lesson. It'll probably be something along the lines of, it's basically about faith. So it'll be, dealing with faith, keeping your faith really in these trying times, because as we come down to the end, keep having that faith is what's going to separate you from the rest, from the 2/3, from the heathen. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get the scripture, Hebrews 11:1. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." So even though we haven't seen the Most High, even though we haven't seen Yahweh Shai, even though we never seen the prophets before, we read these scriptures and we believe them. These prophecies, and we believe them. These laws, and we believe them, we receive them. Okay? But now, knowing the prophecies and knowing what's ahead of us, we can actually see it now. And that says the faith was the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. But us being in the know, knowing what to look for, we're seeing it. So it should be a faith booster. Okay? So the 2/3, like I said, the heathen, really just mainly the 2/3, because the 2/3 are the only people who actually have a chance. So we're just going to focus on non-believers, or people that's not in the truth, should I say. Okay? They don't have, they don't fall in that same category. Because like I said, it says the evidence of things not seen. Now, we know what the scripture says, and we see the evidence now. So we believed when there was no evidence, when there was no quarantine, when there was no pandemic, we still believed on the scriptures. We were prophesying from the apostles on down, and from their teachers on down, about this time, about martial law, about famine and sickness and race wars and everything else that comes with it, concentration camps. And now all of that is right on the horizon. At one point in time, that was the evidence of things not seen. And right now, the people, the 2/3, they're seeing our evidence. But what's the difference between us and them? Well, number one is predestination. The Most High predestined his men to be with him from the beginning. But on another note, they don't believe the evidence. They believe that America's going to bounce back. When I get out of the quarantine, I'm going to do this, that, and the third. They believe that, America's going to bounce back and be stronger than ever. Or, their child's going to grow up to do this, that, and the third. They don't believe that the Most High has a plan, and that the wheels are in motion, and that this is very heavy prophecy coming to life right before them. They don't believe on that evidence that's currently being seen. They don't have the faith. They don't have the faith that we have. I'm gonna go down to verse 4, okay, because it gives examples, okay? Hebrews 11:4. By faith Abel offered unto the Most High a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous. Okay, he did an act that confirmed his righteousness. Okay, and Cain did an act which confirmed that he wasn't righteous. All right, it says the Most High testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. So when Cain killed him, his blood cried out. The righteous blood cried out. Hey, Cain killed me, O Most High. You know, and that's the same kind of deal that's going on now, because the righteous are crying out to the Most High. You know, hey, this devil has a pandemic going on, trying to kill us, trying to take us out. It said that so-called blacks and Latinos are the main people who are catching COVID-19 coronavirus and dying from it. We are the new face of the coronavirus. It very, very slickly transitioned from Asians to like older people, you know, the elderly, to, you know, black people can't get it and this, that, and the third. So now we are the face of it. All right. So you have the righteous calling out, which is the men in this truth, the elect 144,000, and the rest of the numerous multitude, crying out, hey, they're making their move. We see everything that's going on. All right, we see that the martial law is about to get set up. We see all these traps that are headed for our people. But we know the evidence. We read the evidence. You gave us the evidence. We did our research, and we figured out what the evidence was. In a legal case, evidence can do what? It can either convict you, or it can get you off. Okay? And because we recognize the evidence, and we understand what our purpose is, what we have to do, whether you're a man of the Lord, whether you are a help, whether you are a woman, whether you're a child or whatnot, as long as you realize your job and you're attentive at your job, that's what it's about. The evidence, you got that evidence that's going to set you free. It says, but without faith, verse 5, I skipped verse, I was going to 6, verse 5, by faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death. And that's what we want to be, okay? That's what we're trying to do. Enoch was pulled up into a chariot. That's our salvation out of here. And in the kingdom, eventually, that's how we're going to go as well. But we don't want to feel that sting of death. We want to be translated out of here, put into those, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness. 2 Corinthians. Celestial bodies. Okay? Once we get those celestial bodies, that's what we're looking for. Okay? But to move on in the scripture, it says, and was not found because the Most High had translated him. For because of his translation, we had heard, we had this testimony that he pleased the Most High. But without faith, it is impossible to please the Most High. So how can you get salvation if you can't please the Most High? And faith is that prerequisite. You had to believe before. And I'm not saying that anybody that don't believe right now can't get in, because you are going to have people that come in at the end. You know, the scriptures tell us, you know, that we all work for that penny. And it don't matter if you started working at the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, or the end of the day, we're all going to get that same reward. So you are going to have people who flood this truth at the end, because they recognize, oh man, that is the proof. That is the evidence. It was written in Jeremiah days. It was written in Isaiah days, Joel days, so on and so forth. And I can see it now. I get the evidence. The evidence is gonna acquit them. That's what it's about, man. Getting about this place. It says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay, so if you diligently, fervently seek the Most High, you really want to know him, you really want to serve him in truth and in sincerity, and you believe that he is the Most High, he is that dude, he is the one and only power, it says that he will reward him that does that. And that's salvation. That's the kingdom. It says by faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house. He had never seen rain, but the Most High gave him a mission. Hey, look, it's gonna rain. Be prepared. And this is our mission, not that exact mission, but similar to us in these days. Hey, Jacob's trouble. It's a time that never was. Be prepared. Okay? Martial law. Pestilence. Famine. Concentration camps. Ultimately the chip. All that is in play right now. All that is in the scriptures. Be prepared. So now that we're seeing this, okay, the Most High gave us the script. He gave us the evidence. Now he said, go look for it. And now we find it. We see it. We're living it. But as we've been looking for it to appear in front of us, we've been working on our art. We've been doing our work. Putting out these videos, going on the highways, being a man of the Lord, not just in the sight of the camera, but in your daily life. To continue on in verse 7, it says, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. Okay, it says by faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. Okay, the Most High said to go, he went. By faith, he sojourned the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. Okay, this is deep. Okay, Abraham was set to kill his son, and was going to do it. Why? Because the Most High told him. He didn't ask questions. Oh, well, why I got to do this? Oh, well, I don't know about that. You know, he had faith that the Most High wasn't going to steer him wrong. And he passed his test. So that's what we got to do, man. We got to have faith that the Most High is not going to steer us wrong, and we got to pass our tests. Because we are going to be tried. It says that we're going to be tried as gold is tried in the furnace. So with that being said, brothers, keep your faith, keep it high, and do what you need to do in these trying times. With that being said, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and in sincerity, and the women and the children who follow. Shalom.